These wet-dry vacuum mops are so good that I struggled to find any cons. I'm Jamie Andrews, and this is my review of the Dreame H14 and H14 Pro cordless wet-dry vacuum mops. In this video, I'll cover all their specs and differences, perform several endurance tests, and ultimately help you decide which one to buy. First up, I must say I'm a big fan of these types of mops. Not only do they mop, but they also vacuum simultaneously. I often get asked if you can use these on carpet, and the answer is yes. As long as it's low pile carpet, like my rug, it will work just fine. Let's dive into the specs, starting with what the Dreame H14 and H14 Pro cordless wet-dry vacuum mops have in common. Both models feature clean water tanks located on the bottom front, which can hold 880 milliliters of water, while the dirty water tanks have a 650 milliliter capacity. Dreame has made significant design improvements with the dirty water tank. The large filter screen is designed to separate most solids from the water, acting as a filter so you can pour out the dirty water through the screen to separate the solids so they don't end up in your drain. Additionally, the spinning turbine helps keep water and debris away from the internal paper filter. The filter itself now has a much better clip for the pre-screen, which is a welcomed improvement. Both vacuums feature powerful 18,000 pascals of suction and support auto dirt detection, which boosts the vacuum motor when heavy spills are detected on your floors. Both mops can lay flat to clean under furniture with a maximum clearance of 14 centimeters. Both feature a bright display with the remaining battery, dirt detection level, and cleaning mode. The brush rollers offer dual-sided edge cleaning to reach places that most robots can't. The docks for both models are identical, featuring an advertised 140 degrees Fahrenheit hot water mop washing and hot air drying. The Pro offers several upgrades over the non-Pro version. It features Wi-Fi connectivity to use with the Dreame Home app, allowing for additional customizations, a personalized cleaning mode, and firmware updates. While both models come with a small bottle of Dreame's detergent, the Pro simplifies pre-mixing with a 120 milliliter detergent tank that adjusts the ratio based on the detected dirt level on the floor. You can switch this feature on and off using a hard-mounted switch on the front of the handle. The Pro also adds Power Glide wheels, which are self-propelled, making it easier to maneuver the mop around your floors. Mopping in dark areas is made easier with the Pro's front-facing LED light. Additionally, the Pro has a slightly longer runtime, offering about 5 minutes extra thanks to the 30,000 milliamp battery compared to a 24,000 milliamp battery on the regular mop. Moving on to the testing, and since both mops have the same vacuum motor and roller brush design, I'll only be performing the test using the Pro model. First, I cracked 2 large eggs on tile floor, and this test effectively strains the vacuum motor and the water tank filter. Older mops would struggle and sometimes shut off in the middle of this test, but the H14 handled it with ease. Next, I used exactly 80 grams of cat litter to test how well it controlled slinging debris and whether the clumping cat litter would clog the internal plumbing. Thankfully, the H14 Pro had no trouble here and performed above average. And then I tested 25 grams of cat food, which can be challenging for the mops to pick up due to this large size. Many of these mops tend to miss or sling the food to the side, but the H14 Pro once again performed above average. For those with tile and grout, I placed flour in my grout lines, and the H14 performed very well, removing almost all of the flour from the grout. Lastly, I tested the hardest stains to remove, dried-on stains, like 2 milliliters of baked-on hot sauce. The H14 Pro performed above average, taking 4 passes to clear the stains. Next, I tested the H14's ability to reach under this cabinet. Impressively, it's the first model I've tested that has completely cleared the cabinet without reducing suction power, thanks to the innovative dirty water tank design. Next, I tested the self-cleaning system. Cat litter can be tough because when wet, it turns into a sticky clay that often remains on the roller head. After performing a single self-cleaning cycle on the dock, I was impressed with the results, as there were only minimal amounts of cat litter left on the cleaning head. The next test involves stains left on the roller by the hot sauce, which can be very challenging to clean off. After a single wash on the dock, a little over half of the stains were removed, which is about average. However, after a second cleaning cycle, a significant amount of the stains were further removed. After all of my tests and all of the cleaning in my house, I removed the paper filter, and to my amazement, it was completely dry and had no debris on the pre-screen. The spinning turbine I mentioned earlier in the video effectively keeps the filter dry and clean, and this is the first time I've experienced both a clean and dry filter in one of these style mops. Now let's move on to the dock test. Dreame claims the dock can heat the water to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, but in my direct testing where I removed the roller brush, I only saw a peak temperature of around 122 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 18 degrees shy of the claim. For those interested in power consumption, the dock draws a quick peak of 1.7 amps and 180 watts while heating the water. Dreame offers two modes for hot air drying, a 5-minute super fast mode and a 1-hour quiet drying mode. I found the rollers were about 95% dry after each drying cycle. In terms of power consumption, the fast drying mode is more efficient, pulling 260 watts and 2.2 amps for 5 minutes, while the quiet drying mode draws 170 watts and 1.8 amps for a full hour. My recommendation is to use the super fast drying mode. Now is the part of my video where I would usually discuss the cons. As I mentioned in the beginning, I struggled to find any real downsides with either of these mops. If I had to be picky, I would say I'm not entirely sure about the direct heating element in the dock designed to heat the water. It doesn't reach the advertised temperature, and under certain circumstances, it could potentially be very hot to the touch. Now this would only happen if you remove the mop mid-cleaning cycle at just the right time when it's at its hottest, which is unlikely, but I thought it was worth mentioning. As for the pros, let me just say this. Both of these mops are the best that I have tested to date, and it's not even close. I'm glad Dreame did not reduce the cleaning performance of the non-pro model or remove edge cleaning as many manufacturers do with their lower-end models. The water control on my floors were excellent, as was the display screens, which were easy to read. I was amazed that the docks could dry the rollers in just 5 minutes. Finally, the design of the dirty water tank is leaps and bounds ahead of any that I have tested to date, especially those from Roborock. I'm blown away by the excellent design choices here. So which one is the right choice for you? If you simply want the best and easiest to use, go for the Pro. I love the detergent injection option, front LED light, and app connectivity. Having a bigger battery and customized cleaning mode where you can manually adjust the water and vacuum power is also very handy. However, I'm not too impressed with the self-powered wheels on any mop that I've tested, including this one. On my tile, I find they often spin in the wrong direction and only help in reverse, since the roller itself is helping to pull the mop forward. For most people, the right choice is likely the H14, which is currently over $200 cheaper. At that price point, it's hard to justify the added benefits of the Pro model since they both have the same cleaning performance and identical docks. Links to purchase both models are in the video description. If this video helped you in any way, please consider subscribing to my channel for more honest, independent reviews just like this one. Thanks for watching and take care.